Before you spend more money on another memory supplement, there is one simpler place I would check first. Your evening routine, especially if you are a woman over 60. Maybe you have walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you came there. Maybe you have paused in the middle of a sentence, waiting for one simple word to appear. It is right there. You can almost feel it, but it will not come out. And when that happens, it can feel frightening, not because one forgotten word means something is wrong, but because it makes you wonder what is changing inside you. Researchers are paying more attention to the connection between sleep, blood sugar, circulation, and memory. That connection matters. Because while you sleep, your brain is not doing nothing. It is sorting. It is filing. It is clearing. It is trying to decide what to keep from the day and what to let go. So today, I want to show you 6 simple evening foods that may help support sleep, brain health, and memory after 60. Not a heavy bedtime meal, not a miracle cure, not another complicated rule. Just small foods used at the right time, in the right amount, so your evening feels calmer, steadier, and easier to repeat. Now this is important. When many women hear the words evening snack, they picture the wrong thing. A bowl of ice cream at 10 o'clock, a handful of cookies in front of the television, a full plate eaten too close to bed. That kind of eating can disturb sleep, especially if you already deal with reflux, blood sugar swings, or waking up during the night. A 2024 study in PLOS ONE found that later meal timing and more frequent eating episodes were linked with poorer sleep quality. So, the answer is not simply eating more food at night. The answer is creating some foods only work as a light test before bed, and 2 of them should not be treated as bedtime snacks at all. They belong earlier as part of dinner itself. For women looking for memory support after 60, the goal is not a fuller stomach. The goal is a steadier evening, less chaos, less sugar chasing, less digestive stress, and more room for your brain to do what it is already trying to do. During the day, it takes in names, faces, errands, conversations, worries, recipes, appointments, and tiny details you may not even realize you are collecting. At night, it begins sorting through them. Think of your evening routine like laying out fabric before quilting. If the table is crowded, sticky, and rushed, the pieces do not line up well. But when the pieces are small, clean, and placed in order, the pattern has a better chance to hold. Your sleeping brain works in a similar way. It needs rest. It needs a steady internal environment. And it needs less digestive disruption, not more. Researchers also study the glymphatic system, a sleep-linked pathway involved in moving fluid through the brain and helping clear metabolic waste. That does not mean one food cleans your brain. Food does not work that way. But sleep quality matters deeply. So the goal is not to feed your brain all night. The goal is to protect the sleep window. That is when your brain is trying to sort the day, store what matters, and clear what it no longer needs. Now let's build the evening ritual in an order most women can actually use. Number 1, blueberries. This is the easiest place to begin. Blueberries are small, light, and simple. You do not have to cook anything. You do not have to prepare a second dinner. You do not have to turn your kitchen into a health project. You place them in a small bowl after dinner, and you let that be enough. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the deep blue-purple compounds researchers study in connection with brain health, circulation, oxidative stress, and inflammation. A 2022 systematic review in Scientific Reports found that some berry studies showed benefits in memory and thinking measures, especially in older adults or people with memory complaints. The practical ritual is simple. Half a cup of blueberries after dinner. That is the whole step. If you usually reach for cookies at night, this is the first replacement to test. Not because blueberries are magic, but because they are easy. And easy is what makes a habit survive. Number 2, walnuts. Walnuts are the pairing food. They make the blueberry ritual feel more satisfying, but the portion has to stay modest. 4 to 6 walnut halves, not a large handful, not a bowl, not just a few more until you suddenly feel heavy. Walnuts provide alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fat. They also contain polyphenols, which researchers study in connection with inflammation, oxidative stress, and cognitive aging. One study using national health data found a positive association between walnut consumption and cognitive function in adults, including older adults. Association is not proof of cause. That matters. But it does fit the broader pattern we often see with nuts, berries, fish, leafy greens, and other whole foods. So here is the simple combination. Half a cup of blueberries, 4 walnut halves. Eat slowly, then close the kitchen. That last part matters, because the ritual is not just what you eat, it is also what you stop eating after it. The bowl becomes a quiet signal to your body. We are done now. The evening can settle. Number 3, kiwi fruit. Kiwi is the bedtime test, not the bedtime rule. For some women, one small kiwi about 45 to 60 minutes before bed feels light and comfortable. For others, fruit that close to sleep makes the stomach too active. That is why I want you to treat kiwi as a test, not a command. A 2023 crossover study looked at fresh and dried green kiwi fruit and found links with some sleep-related measures and serotonin-related metabolites. The study was small, and it was not done specifically in older women. So we should keep the claim modest. But kiwi still has a practical place. It contains vitamin C, fiber, and plant compounds. It is small. It requires no cooking. And on certain nights, it may feel like a gentle choice when you want something light. Use one small kiwi. If your digestion feels calm afterward, keep it in rotation. If it makes your stomach active, move it earlier in the evening or skip it. The ritual should listen to your body, not fight it. Number 4, tart cherry water. Tart cherry belongs in the only if it fits category. Montmorency tart cherries contain anthocyanins and have been studied for sleep support. Tart cherry juice has also been studied in older adults with insomnia symptoms. But tart cherry is not right for everyone. It can be acidic. Some products contain more sugar than expected. And if you have reflux, that matters. If you need to manage blood sugar carefully, that matters too. This is where your body gets a vote. The lighter version is simple. Use 2 to 4 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice. Dilute it with water. Drink it about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Or use 1 tablespoon of concentrate in a glass of water. Keep it on its own. Do not add cookies. Do not add a second snack. Do not turn it into another late-night eating pattern. Let it be a small, quiet test. If it helps you feel calm, you can keep it. Number 5, whole eggs with the yolk. Eggs are not the bedtime snack in this ritual. They are a dinner foundation. The reason they matter is choline. Choline helps your body make acetylcholine, a chemical messenger involved in memory, attention, and normal brain function. 1 large egg has about 146.9 milligrams of choline, and most of it is in the yolk. So if you always remove the yolk, you may be removing the part that matters most for this purpose. For many women, 1 egg at dinner can be practical and satisfying. A soft-boiled egg, a poached egg, or an egg served with vegetables and a small portion of whole grain toast. Keep it gentle. Let the yolk stay part of the food, but do not turn the egg into a greasy late-night meal. The synergy tip is simple. Pair it with greens or avocado. Fiber and healthy fat can make the plate more satisfying without making it too heavy. That is the balance. Enough nourishment, not a burden. Number 6, fatty fish. Fatty fish is the strongest dinner food on this list, but it belongs earlier in the evening. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel provide omega-3 fats called DHA and EPA. DHA is part of the structure of brain cell membranes. Your brain uses these fats to help maintain flexible cell surfaces, where signals can pass from one brain cell to another. That matters for healthy aging, brain health, and memory support, but timing matters. This is not something to eat right before lying down. Place it at dinner, give your body time to digest. Keep the preparation simple. A small serving of salmon with greens, sardines on whole grain crackers with lemon, mackerel with vegetables, and a lighter side. The synergy tip is leafy greens. Spinach, kale, or arugula add folate and other plant nutrients, and they fit naturally with a brain-supportive dinner. So the ritual map is simple. Blueberries are the easiest start. Walnuts are the satisfying pair. Kiwi is the bedtime test. Tart cherry is the sleep support option only if your stomach and blood sugar allow it. Eggs are the dinner foundation. Fatty fish is the earlier evening anchor. That is much easier than trying to eat 6 foods before bed. Let me give you a simple example. This is a fictional composite drawn from concerns many women describe. Carolyn is 70. What bothered her was feeling less like herself. The moment that stayed with her was not forgetting a grocery item. It was stopping halfway through a sentence with her granddaughter and pretending she was just tired. The word was there. She could feel it, but it would not come out. After that, she began noticing every blank space. The pantry trips, the misplaced glasses, the name that arrived 5 minutes too late. One person said never eat after dinner. Another said fruit before bed was good. Someone else said fruit had too much sugar. Then she heard walnuts were good for the brain, but too many nuts felt heavy. So Carolyn stopped chasing every rule. For 7 nights, she made the ritual smaller. On 3 nights, she used the blueberry bowl with 4 walnut halves. On 2 nights, she tried 1 kiwi earlier in the evening. On 1 night, she tested tart cherry water and learnt it was not right for her reflux. On 2 dinners, she used an egg or salmon as the foundation. She did not solve every memory lapse in 1 week. That would not be honest. But she learned what fit. Blueberries helped her step away from cookies. Walnuts made the bowl feel complete. Kiwi worked better for her at 8 o'clock than right before bed. And most of all, she felt less helpless, because the plan finally matched her real life. That is what an evening ritual should do. It should support you, without pressuring you. Here is the 7-day challenge. For the next 7 evenings, choose the blueberry ritual. After dinner, place half a cup of blueberries in a small bowl. If you are still hungry, add 4 walnut halves, then close the kitchen. Each morning, write down 3 things. Did your stomach feel comfortable at bedtime? Did you wake up feeling heavy or clear? Did the ritual help you step away from sugary snacking? Give your body 7 days with this. That small record will teach you more than a perfect rule ever could. And please remember, if you have diabetes, kidney disease, reflux, food allergies, swallowing problems, or take medication that affects your diet, talk with your healthcare provider before making changes. Now tell me your easiest choice. Blueberries, kiwi, walnuts, or tart cherry water. And if you avoid evening snacks because of reflux or blood sugar, write that too. That helps me know what to make next. A calmer evening may be one of the simplest ways to support the brain you want to keep using for many years.